My name's Tony Taylor, rapper, producer, artist, promoter, and most importantly, proud father.
Tony Taylor grew up in Stockton, California as one of 10 children and graduated with a degree in business administration from Washita Baptist University in Arkansas. When Tony was 26, he was signed onto the fairly new indoor football league team in Fairbanks, Alaska called the Grizzlies. Coming from Arkansas to Alaska was a long distance move, and I actually wouldn't be surprised if his agent thought AK was Arkansas and thought he was signing him to a local team, and Tony just ran with it. After 2.5 years with the team, he moved to the lower 48 and played with several other teams, including the Chicago Slaughter. In 2013, Tony Taylor's daughter was born, and he needed to make a decision between football and settling down with his daughter. He decided to settle in a career with the Fairbanks School District and turned to making beats as a prospective hobby. Fun fact, when Tony was starting out, he couldn't afford to have someone make a website for him, so he got a book on coding, bought Dreamweaver and Photoshop, and built up his website, ttmbeats.com, from scratch. When deciding there wasn't enough people buying his beats, Tony turned to his own natural talent and decided to add his own story to his music, then became Tony Taylor, the artist.
If I could talk to another artist and give him advice, I'd tell him, listen to your vision, follow your vision, and also reach out and be self-promoted. Don't wait for somebody to promote you. And, go out there and follow your dream and do what you need to do, and don't sit back.
We decided to align ourselves and work on Tony Taylor's career because we can easily see that he's very much invested in himself and his work, and we believed in his mission. As hardworking individuals, it was easy for us to recognize another hardworking individual. We believe in his music, his message, and we're excited to get him on another level of his career. When we thought about what popular artists we wanted to align Tony Taylor with, there were definitely quite a few artists that we could see that were on par with Tony. Our ultimate conclusion was to align Tony Taylor to the likes of Kendrick Lamar. They both have big messages and are humble in their own respects. When we are looking at target demographics for Tony Taylor, we can align them to similar fans of Kendrick Lamar. Young adults, mainly males, ages 20 to 30, a generation reaching the next transition in life, like enjoying McDonald's but understanding they need to focus on physical fitness for their future. Young enough to stay current but old enough to enjoy the old school style. They're middle class, able to travel and afford tickets, and they live in Alaska or Central California. Tony Taylor has some unique strengths for a musician in his position. He was able to get great experience in the entertainment business before music from his background in playing arena football. Due to this exposure, we can continue to sell beats to a larger market as we grow our network. His history in arena football can convince an invitation from football arenas for shows. He also has a great foundation in music, having made beats before laying his own tracks down, and taking advantage of the music diversity he's been exposed to. When his exposure grows, he can work with other collaborative artists and have them use his beats. Tony also has a strong brand, which can be marketable on sports apparel and snapbacks. One of Tony Taylor's greatest strengths, though, is his charitable nature, which will keep the community in support. Sponsoring or founding a youth gym for future artist athletes and developing youth seminars will keep him relevant with kids for years to come. Coming from a diverse musical background offers a lot of opportunities for standing out, but also risks of being complicated. For example, describing his music as a blend of hip hop, pop, and Latin music with trap undertones can confuse labels and potential listeners. The way we can fix this is by picking the main genre the music falls under and keeping key words. Also, listing a radio description of his music so that labels and potential listeners will see that he's committed and not still trying to figure himself out as an artist. Tony Taylor also has a lot of irons in the fire, running a label, producing music, running fundraisers, and raising a family. It would be beneficial to start thinking about delegating or splitting up some of those duties. Having a child also produces a big challenge of time investment, making sure he's dedicated to thriving his music career without losing too much time with his daughter. We can improve on this by focusing on specifically creating and promoting more personal music and developing a core team that can help get small jobs done so he can focus on making that music. After carefully examining many artist managers throughout this course, for example, Troy Carter, Blue Williams, they all had similar methods and approaches to successful management. One key important element as a manager is that you have to be passionate. Passionate about your artists and the platforms you're about to create for them. According to Carter and Scooter Braun, your duty to create platforms for your artists to continue to grow. Carter had a 95-5 rule, showing that your artist has to trust you and you have to trust your artist. Trust is a very important part of this relationship because both careers are at stake. Blue Williams demonstrated how the manager is the voice for the artist. When things go wrong, it's the manager's job to voice this and correct the problems as they arise. So having a firm but professional tone will help artists stay true to the art they're trying to convey to their fans. Matthew Knowles talked about being a visionary and a risk taker, seeing your vision all the way out. A lot of times it's very easy to give up and not complete the vision. In order to succeed in this industry, you have to be a risk taker and think outside of the box. A box has walls, and you cannot reach your artist's full potential by staying within those walls, and hitting just walls will limit them and you in the growth process. Another method is having extraordinary work ethics. This will separate you from other artists, and giving back to others will create more opportunities for you and your artist. And we can give back by means of assisting the community or by volunteering time with local schools. These are methods that we will utilize in management to elevate our artists. We will learn from our mistakes along the way and use those mistakes as opportunities to grow. Many of the opportunities we saw helped shape our structured goals. Tony already has a good start in social media notability. Our goal is to increase and build on what he already has. Patreon is a great website to accumulate all his fans across multiple social medias. Due to this, we can offer fans exclusive access to his content before anyone else. Tony also already has a great music out on many digital platforms, and what we want to do is make it nationally available and popular. This will allow Tony to make more money off of his music. Streaming does not pay as much as physical copies, and Tony's true fans will purchase his music by means of a signed hard copy. Tony also already has a great community behind him. Out of the many people who are in support, we can arrange local interviews and promotion for CDs and upcoming contests on social media. With all the videos he has already released, contests will allow others outside of his fan base to participate in hopes of showing the community that he wants to help the community to succeed as well. As he continues to grow, this will be evident in his videos and the music content he continues to put out. There are many goals that we have for Tony Taylor in the next 3 months, including printing and distributing his original albums and growing his social media presence across all sites, especially YouTube. Here is our content creation goal for the next 3 months. Considering Tony has already created his debut albums, we will use that and radio demos for local radio stations to play and promote as the new up-and-coming sound for hip-hop. This should easily be done within 3 months because we already have the content, and it just needs to be promoted. We'll start with smaller towns outside of major markets and build inward, keeping Tony from crashing and burning from within the big cities right away. We would like to make sure that this happens within the 3 months by having all press packets and demos ready to go by the first month, having everything sent out and following up with those that we sent them out to by month 2, and having on-air interviews ready and hype generated for the future album release by month 3. During this time, we will also be working on podcasts promoting his album single, You the Type. Our 6 months goals included making a music video and for Tony Taylor's hit single, You the Type, and growing his current social media by 25% through contests and promotion. Here is our revenue generating goal for the next 6 months. We want to get people excited for the new album, so what better way than to give them a taste? Sure, we have released a single or two from the new album, but fans want to hear it live. So we're going to have a promotional tour for this new hit album. We'll be hitting up areas around his hometown in California. Although he currently lives in Alaska, his chances for growth will double in California. It would be great to get him in some California venues like the Mecca Club in Sacramento and some smaller Alaskan venues like the Marlin in Fairbanks. Fans will be hitting up the small tour, excited to hear the new and old singles released just months ago. This will build their excitement for the new album and have them ready for that release date. Due to the nature of these concerts, we need to make sure we are on top of scheduling. In the first month, we need to have all venues scoped up and a lineup of songs chosen. In the second month, all venues need to be booked, tickets ready to start selling, and Tony needs to be on his A game with rehearsing and creating a list of things he'll need for each venue. By the end of the third month, all promotional material needs to be distributed and social media promos should begin. By month 4, we will begin monitoring ticket sales, making sure we sell out, and getting all the final adjustments made. By the end of month 5, all tickets should be selling out, and we'll nail down the final tour schedule. All equipment needs to be packed and ready to go. In the next year, we have a lot of plans for Tony Taylor, including accumulating 1,000 patrons on Patreon and developing press releases for his new album. The following is our audience growth goal for Tony Taylor in the next year. To go along with the new album, we are going to have a video contest to help generate more fans and add more subscribers to his YouTube channel. Only lasting a week, we will ask fans to submit a video of them encouraging art and music with children. The winner will receive backstage passes to the album release concert tour and a little bit of VIP swag. Having built his social media sites already, we will be using those sites to really boost this contest. The initial video would be posted on YouTube, but shared constantly on his social media sites throughout the week. This will give fans time to share the contest with friends and family. In order to keep the hype up, this content will be constantly uploaded to his YouTube about the album. If fans like the perks of the contest, they'll be more willing to take part. Throughout the months, we'll be adding a lot of content about the album, but month 11 is when we will actually announce the beginning of the contest. That way, when the contest is uploaded, fans can be prepared and ready to participate. We'll have the announcement video ready for the contest to post at least 2 days before it needs to be posted, and the videos will be coming in within the week. On the day after the deadline, all videos will be watched by our team, and the winner picked out that night. The winner will be announced on all social media sites the next day with YouTube video, with Tony explaining why we chose them and showing them their prizes.
Look. You the type of call best friend. You the type to go all in. Good with the work and you never call in.
The future looks great for Tony Taylor. He has a career that he started and that we are only really beginning to scratch the surface. In this past month, we've enjoyed learning more about Tony Taylor and seeing how much success he has and will have. We look forward to the great things that Tony will bring, and we cannot wait to say, I knew him when.